If a government runs for the love of the people, then things will change. If a government runs for the sake of votes, these are no votes at all. If a government runs because they want compensation from God for what they do for the people, some goodness will come into society. It will be different. Here we have changed the word differently abled, intellectually challenged. All the words you change. You show me where are the beds for taking wheelchairs. Show me what happens to our poor people who are left on the roads. I see so many of them in Jharkhand. I see Goa, I see less and less now, but Jharkhand, I see all over Bihar, Gujarat. You see them lying on the roads. Nothing happens. Forget the government. We as human beings, how much love is there for them?
Today we are with Father Bishop Theodore, and he's from Jharkhand Diocese in Daltonganj. And Father today has come all the way and being part of one very important meet with Street Providence and the inmates staying there. Father, how did you really have an association with Street Providence?
I met Donald by chance through Father Walter, his uncle, and they took me to inaugurate one of their shelter homes. Probably one of the first shelter homes, maybe the first or the second.
Okay.
And what happened in that instance, I think, is what carved out our relationship. Right? I've always a bent for the poor. I've been working for the poor, and this was at the initial time of my bishopric, episcopate. It was just a touch and go at that time.
Okay.
Then we continued through WhatsApp and others. Then finally one day that idea came that we should open a shelter home in Daltonganj Diocese. In one corner, surrounded by jungles, we have quite a big piece of land there, and we were running a community college.
Right.
And this community college was becoming more and more difficult because we were finding it difficult to get candidates who would remain for 10 months, finish their course, and then go home. And then Donald and I spoke, and Donald wanted at all costs to open something that side. And that's how we started a shelter home.
Right. So, having one thing away, you're from Goa, and you've been, I guess you call it posted out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So being there and being associated with Goa, you might have seen the challenges that they have in Jharkhand, the kind of infrastructure you have compared to Goa. You might be definitely feeling a need for more help, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, one of the big difficulties is this. First and foremost, I must make it clear, I don't regret leaving Goa and working out there, because what I do for the Lord, and I do for His people. Right. So that has been the basic principle, because my priests come with me sometimes to Goa, and one of them asked me, Bishop, when Goa is so beautiful, why did you come that side? But that's our mission.
Yeah.
That's the love for God, and we go for that.
Right.
The challenges are huge. Initially, I used to be impatient because things were not happening. But I'm preparing my own set of people, own set of priests, many of them after my heart, after my mind, and we hope to take this on. I prepared a good set of people in Ranchi, but now I'm shifted again to another more remote diocese. The challenges are there.
Right.
But when there is love, there is dedication, enthusiasm comes by itself.
Amazing. So you're talking about the Street Providence. We heard you previously talking that Street Providence has put their heart also in in the community service in your homes. So, how do you see Street Providence working out in Goa? You have visited their homes
Yeah.
here also. How
See,
Street Providence?
one thing is, I wouldn't say very easy, but comparatively easy running a shelter home in Goa.
Right.
You get easy made houses, you get some volunteers, you get some help.
Right.
For example, one of the ideas on which Donald and myself, not much in agreement, was he wanted me to put food banks.
Right.
There is no scope for food banks in Jharkhand because hardly anybody has food to give away.
Right.
The big restaurants and all, at least Daltonganj side, Ranchi may be something with success because big city. In Goa, you keep on having parties, you keep on having feasts, whatever remains, it comes into your food bank.
Right.
There, if there is something that comes, either it is all mixed up, doesn't come in, or very little remains over.
Correct.
That's a big difference. So, running a shelter home in Goa is comparatively easy.
Right.
Running it in Jharkhand, I admire Donald for having taken up this challenge.
Right.
It has taken us more than 7-8 months now to get a license from the government. We are still unable to get it. He goes, runs about here in 1 week, 2 weeks he gets. In Manipur, he got it in 1 week. And Jharkhand, we take it. It goes on and on and on.
That was exactly my next question. Is about the government help that we need to run this shelter home, because
Yeah.
these shelter homes obviously are non-profit. These are something which the people need, and these are come into being because there are people who are suffering.
Yeah.
Right. So, how do you think the government, or what should the government do to reach out to such shelter homes, not just here but all over India?
You see, I'm afraid of making a controversial statement
Right.
here, but I think if a government runs for the love of the people, then things will change.
Right.
If a government runs for the sake of votes, these are no votes at all.
Right.
If a government runs because they want compensation from God for what they do for the people, that some goodness will come into society, things will be different. See, I feel I have lived in Europe for 21 years. There is a respect for life. There is a respect for those who are not able. Here we have changed the word differently abled, intellectually challenged. All the words you change. You show me where are the beds for taking wheelchairs. Show me what happens to our poor people who are left on the roads. I see so many of them in Jharkhand. I see Goa, I see less and less now, but Jharkhand, I see all over Bihar, Gujarat. You see them lying on the roads. Nothing happens. Forget the government. We as human beings, how much love is there for them? And therefore, if there is a shelter home, see, my boys are here, 3 of the priests are here. I wanted to show them something. Donald said, come to the shelter home. I said, yes. Because our heart is with them. And if that happens, it is not the government. Government is made by us.
Absolutely.
They come from among us.
Correct.
They are what we make them. No, if we tolerate defectors, they will defect. If we tolerate people who loot us, they will loot us. If we tolerate people who don't respect us, they will continue doing that. So government is made by us. What is the individual response to this misery of human beings?
Of course.
That is the real question. I am not putting any question to the government. I don't expect anything from the government.
Right.
Honestly, I don't expect anything from the government. I expect from the people.
Right. And for the people watching you in Goa and wherever this reaches, what is your message to those people to know or be sensitive to such homes?
See, there are 3 things that are important. Respect for life. Respect for human life. not simply for animal life, for human life. Second, care, compassion, which overpowers our selfishness. We want everything for ourselves, everything for ourselves. And third, especially to the youth, keep a part of your enjoyment, set it aside, help these people.
Thank you so much, Father, for talking to us, and I hope you continue your journey in Goa and be influenced by many. Thank you so much.
Thank you.